Hello, everybody. So today we watched the 2014 film It Follows, directed and written by David Robert Mitchell. So It Follows is about a girl named Jay, and she ends up dating this guy for a little bit, and then she goes out on a date with him, and they have sex. And then after, he tells her that a monster is going to follow her now. And the thing is this monster will follow you forever until you either have sex with someone else and pass it on, or it kills you. And as he explains to her, it's slow, but it's not dumb. So it will always come after her, no matter what, and it may look like a person that she knows, or it may look like someone she doesn't, but it will always be walking towards her slowly.
I mean, like we talked about the Babadook, right? Like the idea of, a monster that, isn't necessarily, is scarier for the audience in real life than it is, I guess, as a monster on the screen. So, I mean, the manifestation of the monster in the movie, while obviously is dressed a little bit differently, is a little bit of monster makeup, is truly like not that terrifying, but just the concept of something that follows you around forever and will never stop. It might catch you, it might not. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, as far as horror premises go, I think this one's amazing because it's simple and it's terrifying, And when you're watching the movie, when there's multiple people around, you start looking in the background, looking for somebody walking towards her. Because you can't tell the monster apart necessarily just by its visual looks, but the way it walks very slowly. So, you look for somebody walking slowly and you think maybe that's the monster, maybe it isn't, And also, what's interesting is it brings up a moral dilemma, where the guy who gave it to her tells her that she could really easily give it to anybody because she's a girl, so she could probably easily find somebody. She's conflicted whether or not she should pass it on or not. We see different approaches to this moral question. Some people who think you should just pass it on without telling anybody, or people who pass it on then tell them, or, should they reach an agreement beforehand, and let them know the risks.
Of course, the very obvious, connection is, of course, the transmission of STIs. And, this is, it obviously, it's kind of a manifestation of that. And, the qualms and the conundrums and and the problems of that. But, I mean, I think it's a little more interesting to think about it just on larger terms. Like your emotional baggage, something that you do to somebody else at some point in your life may come back. It may come back and haunt you. It may come back and be the end of you. It's like it follows, kind of plays with, but it will always follow you. It's gonna be, it's slow, but it's not dumb, right? Like the character says. And we talked about how like how the director kind of uses sex as sort of these young adults' transitions into adulthood.
Yeah, I think It Follows does a really good job of maintaining a high level of tension. You're always ready for it to show up, and you never know when it's going to show up exactly. And so I think they do a really good job of that. And I think topping that off, there's some really good scares, individual scares, that I think are very strong. And overall, the premise is great. So yeah, I have to give this one a super spooky.
Yeah, so I think It Follows. It takes a simple idea, but it executes it at a really high level. I'll definitely have to give this one a super spooky as well.
Nice.
So thanks for watching. Follow our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Go leave us a comment. Tell us why we're wrong, or tell us that we're not brave enough. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.